Whoops. Looks like we're having some technological funnies. I guess all we have to do is pray and hope that it works without too many of those. I'm not sure how much technological difficulties I can handle today. Haven't really been making art so far. Hello, Casey. Fancy seeing you here. How are you today? Fancy seeing you always. Yeah, well, touche. You glasses. Hey, is it me or did your nickname in the chat just change color? You're innocent. Yeah. Tell that to the judge. Looking funny. Now, I should, for my own good, I should actually be tracking the time here. Let's see. Stopwatch. Let's go. Oh dear. Now we're grinning again. Epilepsy warning. I do not know what's up. But I will not be using Camo Studio today, so maybe I can quit that. I'm gonna try to quit some other things. I just hope I don't ruin anything. It's probably your fault. Hope not. Usually I don't have this sort of flickering until late in the stream, but let's hope this doesn't get too bothersome. If it is too bothersome, I might end up quitting. Just shutting down the stream. Okay, I'm looking at this. I got a bunch of characters in this comic panel, and it's kind of overwhelming. I haven't really warmed up, so I think I'm just gonna start off by doodle some stuff I can delete afterwards. By the way, is it bad if a kernel task has been going on for 24 hours? CPU percent according to OBS is at 26. Otherwise, other things. According to activity monitor. Yeah. Says system 20% and user at 33. So idle says 36 for 7. Doesn't look crazy as it has done before. But it might be that I haven't reset my Mac in a little while. It's not been months like last time, but I know I turned it off sometime. Might also be that the whole machine is cold. I haven't really been using it for anything today. Need to kickstart. Yeah. Isn't it kickstart to just start? Is it no, really? Oh, you and me. Okay. I kind of got some news regarding comic stuff, which is, on one hand, it's kind of sad news, and on the other, it's kind of okay. And that is that I finally got word from the publisher. And they are telling me that they do not want to print the next book of this comic. Meaning that for the second book, I gotta find someone else. I was already in the mindset that I wanted to look for a new publisher to take over, since I haven't really been happy. So it's kind of okay to be agreeing on that stage. Do you have any color limitations? You mean for print? For I mean, there are obviously things that are harder to do. Like some colors are harder to replicate in print and should therefore be used very carefully, or at least shouldn't be used without any testing. However, I've sort of decided that I know certain things about how colors will end up. There are, like, if you go too dark, you risk that colors blend in with inks where you don't want them to, and so the whole image becomes unreadable. Small things like that. You also have blue and red, which are often kind of difficult to get good at. Like, you cannot replicate those accurately often. And I hear a lot of people being very frustrated about this, and I'm like, nah, people who read this will not be seeing it as a mistake or like something that is a shortcoming of the work. So it doesn't really matter as long as the image is readable. So I always do a check when I do colors to see that my colors aren't too dark, even where I want them to be. Because if colors are used as basically black, why wouldn't you just make it black? Like, an area melts together, make it look like it's the point. Yeah, it's basically my problem. Main guideline is that they want a certain color profile, which isn't even SMIC most of the time. Many printers, they prefer the Adobe RGB. But it differs. The most publishers I've been working with have requested Adobe RGB for reasons. Yeah, in my case, I am the artist of my work, and so I kind of decide. I mean, I fully decide. I have no publisher I'm speaking to right now, so it's all my decision. But it is, of course, preferred to do a good decision on that matter. However, I wouldn't want to freak out over colors not being exactly as I see them on screen. How come you're asking, by the way? Is that just something you've been wondering about? You like about learning? Aww. That's sweet. It's a good thing to ask about, too. A lot of artists don't realize this until they have printed a thing and they freak out because it's ugly, or they call it ugly, and what's happening is that it has too high contrast or something, or a picture became unreadable and stuff because they weren't prepared. If the image becomes unreadable, I get it. If the colors is just a bit wrong, you can live with that. Okay, I gotta focus on preferably one panel at a time. All these are pretty challenging, so I keep jumping back and forth. I should be able to place focus in at least one of these. I can't believe I left off it. This here being where it is. Not really in the right place for this, but I gotta work. However, it is frustrating me that I haven't really been able to find people who are wanting to help me with the story. Like, I have my doubts that it is perfect, and so nobody seems to be willing to even smell it. That confuses me pretty bad. But I think that's the publishing business in Norway specifically that kind of maybe might have a sort of bad habit going on. Yeah, do that. Norwegian is easy, you can do it. And we don't have to speak this filthy, tongue-twisting language. Ugh, that guy. Yeah. Why did I leave this at a hard place? And by hard place, I mean why did I leave at a spot where I kind of need to focus in order to know what I'm doing? It's fine though. I will. Hopefully, I will try to practice working on stream. Maybe I should cool down a bit with the talking. That might help if I shut up. Oh, just remembered I should probably share that I'm live some other channels too. Only our biggest fans come without advertising. Yeah. I do a bit of advertising, but it's also very spontaneous all the time. You know me, I don't keep a schedule. I'm like, what are we doing today? Stream. Oh, you've been playing Blueprints? I haven't seen it, but my boy's been playing. He says it's cool. Oh, studying. I was about to tell you that it's Saturday and you should relax and stuff, but then I realized that it is Monday. I am just let's say influenced by somebody else's Easter holiday. My work morale just disappears. Yeah, it's not Saturday. Saturday. Oh dear, I hate that face. There's so many things I try to math out in my head, and while I'm drawing stuff like this, it's way too hard. Meanwhile, I will tell anyone at any day that drawing isn't hard. This whack here looks kind of weird. This is like he's swinging it, but he's not using the rotation axis to his advantage. It's like he just forces the staff on people. You gotta be so good at physics to draw, yeah. Yeah. You do. I mean, not being good at physics doesn't keep you from drawing. Doesn't hinder you in any way. It's not doing that's the problem. Now understanding how this guy is standing as well, it's I think he broke his neck. It's kind of bad. But if I can finish one of these panels today, I will be happy. Me monster, yes. I always struggle with how it always looks so cool and awesome if you can just do some difficult angles. So I always try to do the difficult angles. And did you know that difficult angles are difficult to draw? Bet you didn't know that. I'm not sure who this is. Who's that guy? I'm kind of struggling to figure out who I want people to be. This is the problem with having too many characters going on. Even if they're not important, I just super duper struggle. Even these guys I have not quite figured. I actually gotta find my book. Look at some reference. Right, well, make it a golden retriever, dude. I think maybe it was supposed to be him anyway. Maybe during Easter I might get a computer set up with Windows on it, on which maybe I would be able to do some 3D stuff. I would love to do that. What do you say, Casey? Would you like to see 3D stuff? I did one stream. I know Charlton was there. Possibly Makomin. Would like to see 3D stuff. Nice. I've been kind of stalling on my progress on there. Of course, I did the two big project things, but I'm still at a level where I can sort of doodle, which is it feels very good. So I think that could be fun. Could be fun to do things where I'm not as confused anymore. Where I'm like, oh, I know what I want to do, and I know at least most of how to do it. Yay! You're fighting with 3D stuff? Textures and missing bitmaps? You're working in Blender or something else? Wow, real software. Boring. I know very little about 3ds Max. Oh, I see. Real software. I don't know, man. I love how the 3DS kind of got stolen by Nintendo. Midnight Unknown. Hi. Welcome on YouTube. Welcome to my violent stream. This is whatchamacallit, comic stream. No, don't. Please, stop. Let's see. I got a bleed mark here, so anything outside here won't really be visible. So this guy will just be kissing the page. Yeah, I'm working on my comic. And this is the very beginning of it, which is very dramatic. We're following this cute little collie girl, Princess Cats. She is in trouble. Yeah, Casey. Bigger screen console. I think so far I'm very happy with Blender. Mainly because it's free. And extremely powerful, just overwhelming to get started with. But it's getting there. This guy even has a sword, and surely that wouldn't drag so long being like, oof. But then he's covering all the guys back behind. Ah, I hate composition. If I can clean up this drawing, the rest would be easy. I mean, I don't even need to trace this drawing. It's mostly fine. Yes, knowing where the shoe here is. Yeah, Casey, any reason you're choosing 3ds Max for your 3D wrestlings? Is it because it's endlessly rendered, as I call it? Because I hear a lot about industry standards, and I'm like, no, man. At least for like Photoshop things, most art programs these days are programmed to be able to at least read the PSDs, which kind of makes it not as closed. Alright. What was my question? I'm asking you, Casey, how, like, why are you choosing 3ds Max over other possible software? Who's the goldfish now? Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I was mumbling. I also feel a little congested. Well, not exactly, but throat issues. Those cloggings in my ears going on. You're not blaming me. Wow. You're too kind. Alright, is this guy character or foreground? I think he qualifies as foreground. But first... Yeah, no, Casey, I wouldn't blame you. You know technology stuff way better than I do. Weird though how big programs are norm for house renders. Are we talking only exteriors or full interior footage? This guy's going to be very much in the dark, so I shouldn't spend too much time on perfecting his fingers. You do interiors, nice. Oh no. Having to let your inner interior designer go. I recently downloaded a 3D software for making 3D houses. It's just a game on Steam. Afterwards, I found that, oh, this might be abandoned software. Whoopsie-doo. Which one is it? I don't dare try to open anything on my Mac to check it out. It is not very pretty. It doesn't have like fancy lighting on it or anything. Sweet Home 3D. I don't think that's the one. Oh, cool. Okay, you foreground guy. Go green. Okay, I am wanting to have a piece of canvas that shows me the print size of things, so I know how big I'm drawing. Yeah, for building houses, I was never good at that. Now I'm using Blender to try doing stuff. I'm in a weird place where Blender feels a bit too clunky to build a house in, while at the same time, any home and search software is way clunkier to navigate. It's kind of weird. So I always come back to Blender because often that software doesn't have the furniture I want. I need more customization. Hello, Sträckinstinct. Welcome. Welcome to the violence. Here we are violent. Thank you. I am finally working on comic stuff. You know how working a little each day is what gets you anywhere in this world, and it's just so easy for me to not work on anything every day. Yeah. But I'm having a good time working on difficult stuff. A lot of this has been sketched before, though not completely. So it's been half finished forever. You should go study for a while. Alright, Casey. Take care. And remember, study smart, not hard. Half muted? Nice. You watch me work, I watch you work. Awesome. No, Sträckinstinct, you gotta take studies to heart. That's it. What are you guys up to? Are you doing good? Oh dear, this is so much complex stuff going on. Oh, we're greening. Tech. Yep. Green happens. I think it's because I hit like 24 hours on the kernel task. Something along those lines. Administrative tasks. Very good. Here you go, grown-ups. Meanwhile, I will be drawing here as the child I am. You grown-up. Yeah. Big of you to do the hard stuff. Well, I can go around and play. Appreciate that. Thank you. Aw, more green. Aye. It's really hard to tell why it's happening. I think maybe I should turn off Discord. And there are some things I'm not sure what to do. I can also turn off my calendar. I can turn off Brave. It wasn't properly turned off. That might be the culprit, actually. Stealing my CPU. Oh, nice. Join me in Childland. Later. Yeah, I was a naughty kid and did the Chillaroonies before. So there's still work to be done. Okay, no one will tell what this is anyway, so it doesn't matter how it looks. It's just in the corner. It's just gonna be dark. It'll be cool. This is an elbow, I think. I feel like what I've been lacking today is momentum. That's what you get from a slow morning. Yeah, those things. Very good. Okay, that's him. Now this has a dark area with actual skravering. Maybe even some darker art. Doesn't matter. Now we also got I don't want to make this the background, but I also don't want to have another layer just for the overlapping characters, so I'll be naughty. Use the foreground layer to ink cast in the background. Sure. What can go wrong? I'll suffer later for convenience now. Oh yeah. My favorite. Oh. I drew a knee, but it's concealed by more skirt. I'm not sure if tails should be visible here. Maybe not. Oh. And then we have some background. Let me just select. Those spikes are angled the wrong way. We have this guy. Poor sucker. Violence. Yes. I chose this. But what if I just wake up every day and choose violence? I choose violence. Yes. The ears here are in questionable places. Here we go. Here we are. So there's some masking needed since I have some overlaps. Mask away that. Mask away this. Mask away that so that I don't lose it, but it's still there. I think actually this means that this is the first battle that is finished. Wow. Yeah, that's accidental snorts. Jeezy. Cool. I thought I'd never see that finished. There are things that are not quite drawn out here, so it's kind of vague. And my future self will curse me for not having defined what's going on. And that is okay. This here might be where some sort of belt is. I don't have the reference. I have like a doodle of this guy, which is up here. Because this guy is the one that shows up here. And later he'll be this guy. So it's not so easy. Now, more. This is a very small panel. Should be hard. It's hard. Wow, for real, that took an hour. I swear, some things shouldn't be hard, but they are. Anyway. Oh, actually, I should look up some reference. I know I have it. I know it exists. I just did that, and I'm lazy. It's hard. I haven't even pinned it in my own thread. Okay. Search. And I'm searching on mobiles. It's kind of risky to be putting up anything. Oh, nice quote. Yep. From Grus. Has image. Searching up stuff on mobile. It's kind of cursed. Okay, I think I found it. I'm gonna pin. I wonder if I can copy this and just. Just in case anything crashes. Whoop. Did it work? No. Maybe too big. But if I save before the crash, I save it in the state that is the least stable. Do I not? document shouldn't be what causes instability. In Blender it is. Okay. So I'm trying again. Christ. How about now? Hey. Oh, you're in Blender. Yeah, yes. 3D Minesweeper. Where is the thing? Didn't it go through? How is no one in Apple actually honoring the slogan, "It just works"? That is so puzzling. Here's the image. So we're meeting this guy. Kinda. Vaguely. Just do a grab. What do you mean grab? Screen grab? No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to get a picture from Blender to CSP. I was trying to copy an image on my phone and paste it on my iPad, which often works. But sometimes there's something about the clipboard and maybe Clip Studio on the iPad, and stuff just doesn't work. So yeah, I'm sorry that all that become maybe a little cryptic since personally I do hate it whenever people I know are like very cryptic about what they're trying to do and also complaining about it not working. This is like, hey, I want to help. Can you please let me help you? Right. What I see immediately here is that the sleeves are just not really long enough, but we don't have to. We don't have to worry about that. It's fine. It's fine. He's moving and stuff. It's okay. Okay, I am fixing it slightly, making it seem a little thicker here, maybe. Maybe. Every art problem. Infinite money. Well, comment against the infinite monitors is that there isn't a single good operative system at the moment. And it's very frustrating. If you want to jump between monitors, the modern Wacoms don't have buttons that let you do the screen display toggle. So whenever you want to do something on a separate monitor, you have to reach for your mouse, and that's super annoying. You could use the little remote that comes with the Pro models, but that one times out. So you have just 1,000 button clicks to get the thing started just because you wanted to briefly drop in to a different monitor. It is baffling, to say the least. I feel like I've been threading so many needles on that, being like wanting very niche things, like trying to meet very niche requirements, and everything just goes to pieces because it doesn't work just that way. Those are just an overlap of Wacom Windows and iOS problems. It's hilarious. But infinite money. Yeah, you can also hire a programmer to hack this shit to work just as I want. That would work. Now, what's he doing here? At this point, I do not care what hand he's using. I've been staring for too long on this. He has this vest. If I had infinite money, I think I would just have a nice workstation and be happy. I think 2 or 3 monitors would be ideal for me. Huh? Sorry, I zoned out. Repeat what? Monitors? Oh. I mean, if I had infinite money, I would just have a nice workstation. Wouldn't it be nice to afford air? The dream, indeed. Let's all dream together. However, I think I've come to accept that while I often let minor annoyances distract me, they will always show up. They will always come back. I'm trying to solve those more often than not. They just keep me from doing what I want to do. I'm actually not. I'm not certain if I'm speaking sense because I'm kind of going on and off between being focused at the moment. Yeah, that sums it up a lot. So I have less annoyances with software than just my own mess on my desk. However, those annoyances, they are not going to be fixed. You know, Windows Pen and Ink was a menace back in 2011. And it has not been improved It's like, oh, your art program doesn't work, turn off Windows Ink. That is still valid for banning. Disable it, improved. However, now, for some software, I can't remember which. Oh yeah, certain Adobe software might require Windows Ink for stuff to work and things, and it is confusing. Really, it's just no. I can't. So by Macs just not having Windows Ink by default, that's already an improvement. Not to say, I mean, I dislike Apple too. But wow, how Windows has fallen. What's happening here? Oh, sweet. Good changes. We like that. Oh, heck yeah. I actually love the learn new things mode, which is probably why I'm learning Blender too now. Like, finally come far enough to do things that aren't hopeless. And I think it's healthy too. Like, it does something to your mindset, which can be really useful. Ooh. I would love to be able to set up a computer so I can do more Blender streams, just to fool around, be a noob, so everyone can see it. "20-year-old 3DS max muscle memory." Youch, yeah. I did learn like some Maya like 10, 15 years ago. No, 10 years ago. But I don't remember anything. I have vague memories of the rigging, and otherwise it's all question marks. And so I'm getting into the Blender. Woo! Max iMac from 2019. Yo, boy. I wish I could upgrade mine. It's like a late 2015 model, and it's shocking. Oh, I did claim that the thing was done, but it isn't. I forgot. I'm suddenly hatching in details on all these trees. I will very likely stop doing that once I get into a certain groove, but for now, any progress is also scary, and so I'm making it comfortable by doing time-consuming detail work that won't really be noticeable. Whee! I'll notice. I'll notice. That's true. I'm not so sure about it, though. Sometimes I look back at my work and I'm like, oh, I mean, it's here, but does it make it better? Nah, I'm not sure. It depends. But I think I've spent a lot of time like prepping, trying to figure out how to do these trees, and I'm noticing I'm doing them differently every time I touch them. So it's not that important, but it's a fun thing to experiment with. And with time, it's likely to become more natural for me to do it in certain ways. Right now, we're just at the baby stage, and I want to get this a bit further down the line of production before I start asking around for publishers. As you know, the publisher that did the first book have decided to not risk doing the second book, which frankly is because they're not. I think they just lack the knowledge and skill to do comic stuff. Like, I'm convinced my first book didn't do super well because of the lack of advertising, and that the publisher didn't really know how to handle marketing for comics. So it all ended up being the standard marketing they have for like any other book. It's my impression of it anyway. But I appreciate that they were willing to try. The first book. It's a vibes-based system. Huh? Yeah. Any book making or breaking. I mean, the book is highly marketable. But I might have been also being kind of an ass. And I mean, I hate Instagram. I hate social media stuff. And said that if you pay me, I can go out of my way to do more marketing stuff. Because I don't think I'm going to accept doing that without any payoffs. I mean, to a bigger company, to a big publisher, that feels kind of reasonable, since they do want the authors to present their book and be like, hey, look at my book. You like me, don't you? Buy my book. Yeah, work should be compensated, exactly. So it did hurt me, and it probably hurt the book, probably hurt them just a bit. That I was like, well, you're not paying, then I'm not hanging out on Instagram because I don't want to be there. Instagram is a terrible place. So, I feel like although I wasn't helping, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. I'll be that honest. I mean, nobody watches these, right? I will regret this. I will regret speaking out loud, but I think it's just frustrating not to see anyone ever speak about anything in the publishing world. Oh dear. You're on to me. Well, I should have known. I should have been more professional. But no, it shouldn't be seen as professional to shut up about stuff that isn't okay. That is kind of a belief that I will I will get kicked in the butt by a lot of the time, because the most people do is shutting up, causing all that wonderful self-doubt, ice fronts, lack of communication, all the stuff that makes me feel bad and not very productive. Professional is knowing your worth. Yeah. However, it's funny, I've been trying to claim my worth, and in 0 cases, even where I have been like I have expressed that I am open for negotiation. The moment I hand out a suggestion, they're like, "Oh no, that's a bit too expensive," or "Oh no, we're not interested," or just stone cold, right away, walk away. And that has me questioning a lot of things in the industry. It feels like if people walk out on people trying to redeem, like ask for proper compensation for what they're worth, and they're not interested, it makes me kind of concerned. Yeah, there's a limit to the diplomacy. I know by all means I can be tactless, but I try. However, what's most important to me, I want communication, I want negotiations, I just want dialogue. And so many people are allergic to this dialogue. Alright, this guy. Look at him, it's like a happy puppy, ready to play. Yeah. I got done with being used in that way. Because in the end, even if you're the first choice, you'll be risking to screw yourself over by never wanting to work again with the stuff that I used to love, at least. You know, I had a severe burnout going, saying yes to things, trying to. I mean, my funny story is that I tried illustrating children's books as a side gig, and imagine that would give me time to work on comics on the side. It does not. And I don't have the conscience to deliver poor quality, except that's what the publishers wanted. But you don't really grow on feeling shit about your art. Oh yeah, that's old school. Tasty old school success. I'm just gonna hit up this hatching. Well, hatching. Yeah, there's a lot of success in the how could you say it? It's not mass produced in a sense, but they do have a tried and true production pipeline that works very well for those things. Trying to do that with like Epic Atomics, no, you can't. Remember to save your progress. Always save your progress. Yes. Well, unless you did a grave mistake that you cannot backtrack afterwards, then it kind of sucks to have saved over it. Surely you don't do those mistakes. Okay, need a reference. Very vague reference. I don't even have the behind of this vest. Ah, there. Then learn not to make mistakes. Yeah. One prime mistake is inking on the wrong layer. Do you notice that my line art here is colored? That is just temporary. It is a way for me to tell which layer I am on. But in the end, they will all be black. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm using just this thing called layer color that I activate. And it usually has a default color, but I usually change it to something more suitable. It's very nice. Love it. That way I can keep drawing in black. I don't have to change my colors. I don't have to do stuff that involves thinking and do not mess up. So I don't mess up. It's so great. I mean, usually it's above the layer panel. It's called layer property. Thinking hard? No, working smart. Thinking is hard. Yeah, it is. I don't like to think. Or that might be a false statement, actually. I mean, the mind keeps on thinking, so it comes very naturally. Better to be in the zone. Yeah. Yes and no. Depends what zone. Well, okay, yes. In one sense, absolutely yes. I'm sitting here streaming because I need company, because I get bored. I love inking. I love drawing. I'm obviously trying to draw at the point where I should probably not be streaming, because I'm kind of easily distracted and end up drawing a bit slower than normal. But also, the company is nice. I used to use streaming as a way to keep me working back in the day, like years ago. And the zone, all thoughts are good. Oh, I had a terrible zone moment a while ago where, of all things, I was finally touching upon this comic project. I had inked the drawing, and at the moment I was going to start coloring, it crashed. Of course, I had not saved my progress, and I was like, really? But I was having such a great day. Like, why did this happen now? Yeah. Nah, company's good. We're social beings. I can't wait to try out like double streaming with you guys, just for the social aspect. Would be cool. But depends. Hey, it's a guy. He is being pushed over. Yeah, we gotta do that. Hmm. Or else it'll just become that coffee we're gonna have that we're not gonna have because it's just a thing we say every time. And that's gonna be awkward when I find out that you keep saying it, but you guys really, in honesty, actually hate me and not really want to do the thing, but you keep saying it. Because we gotta have that coffee sometime. Yeah. Yeah, I like making things happen. However, I mean, as you know, I don't keep schedule. So I'm partially flexible, uh, but also sometimes I have plans. Thing is that when you do the stream together thing, both users are shown as live. So both parts seem to be needing to have setups or something, but I can have understood that wrong. It's also confusing. And of course, it'll be interesting to see that, like, if my computer can take it. It didn't really work out last time. But maybe if I let OBS be the browser window, it could work. And the cycle repeats. Yeah, so sometimes in 2 years, maybe? It's like me remembering to check out Patch's stream every time I'm streaming and Patch shows up. I'm like, oh yeah, I should check out your stream. I still haven't. Confessions. Time zones. Whoa. Thursday morning? Hmm. You talking this Sunday? Or are you all hypothetical at the moment? Not this now. Yeah, same. Well, possibly try that. I mean, I usually try to keep a kind of rational work schedule since I've become used to working in an office at like regular work hours. But I could try. Oh, what does morning stream mean in terms of what time of day? Ten-ish? Could make that work. Thursday. Oh dear. Yeah, I think I could be flexible to try that out. It would likely, don't you think we'll be just goofing around? I would try working, but I think maybe that'll be too distracting, don't you think? But of course, it should be casual, light-hearted, good vibes. 100% goofing. At 10 in the morning, yeah! Serious work only, no fun allowed. Yep. Just as I like it. Actually, the background color here is so similar to the hatching. Need more purple in that, so I can tell them apart better. There we go. Working in silence. Yeah, fine in stream, but it's all confidential, so you can't really see anything, so it's all face cam. Or for my part, it'll be the little puppet. Redacted. More hatching. Oh, by the way, Stick, I was wondering, unless it's awkward that I ask, in that case you don't have to respond, but I was wondering what plans you have for Nobody New. Like, are you working on it? Or are you planning to work on it? What? How's it going? How are big projects for you? Itching like wine. Here's to hoping. Yeah. It's kind of a burnout case. I mean, I just wanted to say that I did enjoy the second book, and especially the sci-fi, science fantasy stuff looks very beautiful. So I'd love to see you carry on. Also, of course, I noticed the book ends a bit before what I remember having read. So I'm curious to see what else you guys do. But of course, that shit takes so long to get over if it ends up not feeling good to make. Like, if it hasn't been fulfilling, I get you. I mean, this this project taken me years to just feel like working on it. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when there's a deadline coming up, which ends up being like, I get all these bad associations with it. When like I look at the project, I am tired. I have to reach a deadline. I work my ass off. I do all the things. I rush. I'm not happy with the work or anything, and then it's finished and it doesn't even feel good. And so, okay, the book is out, but the story isn't done. How about what's gonna happen? When's the next book? Well, feels like never, because I'm too traumatized to work on it now. Like, I get the feel bads and cravings for alcohol if I think about it. So how about I don't? It's kind of how it's been for me. Just fed up, which sucks. I love the project. I love like for me, I love these characters and everything, but I mean, this is part of the perfectionist in me coming in the way. But there's been no one to help me out of that. That is frustrating. Oh yeah, yeah. And life happens too. Life happens. Worst thing happens. Yeah. No, I get you. So I support you guys. Take some time off. Consider it later, if at all. No rush. Yeah. I am lucky to have money right now to be able to work on this. Like, I'm filing my hours. I have some stuff I can still work from. But that money doesn't last forever, so I'm not sure if I'll get very far. Alright. Well, this is cool though. We have this. Now we also have some reference things here. Naked panel. Panel without much background. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Panel 3. Still got the hard stuff going on in the middle one. Yeah, this is getting okay. Okay, I'm not a fan of the energy and like the way he stands here, but whatever. Whatever. Oh yeah. Some panels that just give some air. It's great. And yeah, details are around. I just love having a lot of ink stuff to uh, make coloring easier. Like, the coloring for me shouldn't be saving the line art. So I love spending time with the inks. However, I should probably start chilling with all these overlaps. I always do overlaps like these. Like stuff going outside the frame. Always. I say that I should stop, but I don't feel like it. I will continue. Yay! I'm glad you like it. Then we are more appreciators of overlap. Now, do I feel like doing the hard part? No, I don't. I haven't figured out the physics. The original sketch is just his whole head is just blah. Now, doesn't I think I'm not quite sure where he got hit. Maybe here, maybe there. Like he got hit here, and so his head drags, the rest drags. Yeah, seems about it. Oh, I never realized PETA could be a short for something. I have not touched adapting to other formats. I think I will probably not, since I have gone so deep into just the classic comics page by page format. And I think I've become quite good at it. I should still read more comics to see what's up nowadays and get better ideas. I can be a bit old school sometimes, but it would be nice. Like, I don't think I need other formats. If you have page by page, you're fit to print the thing. If you do endless scrolling, I don't want to think about it. Cool. Glad to have settled that. Alright, reference up here. Oh, also, come on. Proper size. Pain in the arsenal. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Because I'm smart. Of course, sometimes. But some of the working on this seems so easy to work on now when it hasn't done before. Because I've been just constantly trying to work my ass off, trying to understand things, perfect things, understand things. Like perspective drawing. It was super hard, then I got it. Now it's not hard. I feel like the whole comic here has been that. It has been just difficult. Garbage. Dang. That's a shame though. Hate to hear it. I am thinking of publishing Rino, the first part, online at some point. Maybe bit by bit. But I haven't decided yet. Yeah, that's super convenient. And then people can get to know the book. Get a reader base and stuff while I'm working on the next. But of course, come the time when hiatus kicks in because it's not done or there's no more content to go from. And you know, the first book, Rino, it's only 80 pages. Turning it to a living, yeah. I think my plan is to uh, see if I can reach out, like, get noticed by publishing my comic places, and then open for commissions. I'll probably be open for sketch commissions to begin with to warm up to it. And from there, I might get comfortable doing other things. I could do it. And I think I've been feeling ready for quite some time now. It's just that last time I did it was not good. Mostly due to my underpricing. So I will have to try to avoid burnout from that in a more active manner. But I don't know if you can choose, like on coffee, you can have your shop and you can have commissions, but I'm not sure if you can choose to accept requests or not. So I gotta figure out that. But I got the PayPal up and running. I also got my first payout from Itch, which took way longer than I expected. I had basically forgotten about it. There's so many things I would love to do, like design stickers, have a sticker shop, do things. Maybe prints, but oh, it's so much work. I mean, the best part, like of course you have the commissions, but then there's also considering that every piece of work should have some level of reusability. Yeah, patrons or commissions. Yeah, it would be cool to have patrons on Reno. I'm not sure if I could make it though. It's also scary, but since I'm fed up anyway from publishers being not very helpful if you're on your own, then you try doing the best you can. Most secure way of getting paid outside the traditional publishing route. Yeah. You'll be alright.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Meanwhile, I'm drawing feet with claws on them. Windy Pindy! Thank you for the follow. How sweet. Oh, oh, we're back to the rainy moods. Didn't notice. Let's listen to Nintendo music that is very Nintendo, and hope it's good. Alright, I gotta practice some feet, I noticed. Welcome back, Strike Extinct. Did the kitty say hello? Here be too. Did the kitty say hello again? If I can manage to sketch and ink at least the characters here, I will be so happy. Back two. Did the second kitty say hello? Back to acoustic boogaloo. Hey yo. No kitty said anything. I'm disappointed. I thought better of you as cat parents. You too. Good, then we agree. That foot is big, but and that's cool and all, but maybe it's too big. Shorten this bit. Yeah, should be decent. Wait, how many toes? This guy has 5 toes, according to design. Mutant. Mutant in chat. Yep. Very much so. Yep. Too long. Guy's got long feet. Also remembering that I should really worry about drawings being perfect. That has been a big one for me. Productive comic artists know this already. But some things are kind of more difficult to accept. However, you probably know that more often than not, stuff looks okay. It's cool. doesn't need to be chiseled. The hardest lesson to learn. Yeah, and you have to relearn it all the time. Ah, what a life. Oh, this guy has a tail. Nice. Good enough is perfect. Indeed. I think for my part, since I've been seeing this page unfinished for literally years, I'm kind of tired of looking at it. I just want it to be done. Get out of my face. Kinda, I'm done with you feeling. I don't like this face. But it's cool. It'll be cool. It'll work out in the end. I think it was. I mean, I keep talking about my last year, like 2024, where I've been doing a lot more uh, traditional art with watercolors and stuff. And since I gained the goal of being like, oh, I pick up my watercolors, I want to make something and I want to finish it today. That had me realize that I am such a nitpicker. I often choose to work way smaller, way more complex than what is actually fun. So I kind of hate working with it and I don't want to do it. The moment I started working bigger and loosening up and being like, oh, well, my brush pen is kind of fuzzy, well, whatever, I'll use it anyway. Then I started having fun and it felt so great. Great to create. More bigger, more better. Yeah, also, like for traditional pieces, if you're going to hang that stuff on the wall, if it's small, nobody's gonna see it. Even a A4 drawing looks tiny on the wall. It's kind of crazy. But yeah. A few seconds. I think the most compliments I get from the comic is that there is so much to look at. So people are enjoying it. And for them and myself, I enjoy doing the effort that is drawing in details or funny stuff that people who look just a bit closer can notice and appreciate. Canvas tablecloth. Wow. This is so hard. Muzzle goes here. Throat in there. Beak. Oh, heck yeah. Don Rosa knew what was up. I loved looking at Don Rosa's drawings. All the funny jokes in the background, characters just exchanging looks, telling a story through just expressions and small situations. It was the best. No, it doesn't represent the average reader. Which comes back to Who am I making this for? At this moment, myself. I'm so tired of having this project. Christ, I am demolishing this guy. It is terrible. Ha ha. I can. For fame, gold, and glory. Yeah, it used to be that. Land? Land would be nice. Vassals? Don't know what that is. What do you take me for? Schooled? Armies and ships. No. Make art, not war. Right. I mean, I finished, but I'm not sure if you missed anything, to be honest. School's a sham. Paperwork. Formalities. If you're good at something, you can get work. The Cry Spear soundtrack. Yeah, you better get down on the CSGO. I know I started the day choosing violence, but that was me. Don't be me. I think you meant that you wanted the canvas to be your battlefield. Sure. Yeah. Okay. My mind is not computing this angle. It's not working. I can focus on his legs. Oh, it's too long. He is stretching himself way too long. Hide the ankle with gore. Yeah, I need his face to be intact for later. I'm sorry. It's not like they heal on this island. Non-lethal. Oh, I can't wait to be requesting like designs from people, like as a freebie, of course. I cannot have chance to design all the marooned characters that are cursed and zombie-like. That was fun actually. When back in the first book, I got friends to design some pirate characters, which I could borrow. And like my only agreement is that no, I don't pay you. I may draw your character. I'm free to do adjustments as I want, and you are free to do whatever you want with that character as yours. Like, please let me borrow your character. I might call them someone else, something else. I might draw them differently. Uh, but thank you for the inspiration. Ooh, stream things. We could do that. If I explain to you the premise, we could do that. See if you guys are up to it. It can't be gory. Like, I should be careful though. I shouldn't be calling them zombies, because they're not. It's not some rabies kind of thing. It's a curse. But I can fill you in on that later. It's got all the cool things. Fun stuff. And there will be crowds. Community activity. Oh, yes. Oh, that would be awesome. Right, I'm feeling maybe. Would it work better? No, it just lays there. Doesn't work. Now, how does it look? Fish poisons? Now, I would usually say, hey, good enough, but I don't think this is a good enough yet. Gotta solidify some things. Look at me, spending more time. Looking for input. Not exclusively. Thinking about the positioner on the leg. I mean, if you do have some red line suggestions, you're free to screen cap it and send me. The other guy, I think I got him. It's just, I'm thinking that, alright, his legs was here. How much swing you get on this? Oh, hello! Blue, welcome! How are you today? We'll do the red line. Nice, thank you. Looking forward to it. I'm struggling with this guy looking kinda not right. And I hadn't been warming up this morning, so it's just hard, man. It's just hard. um, Trying to finish pages I have had unfinished for years by now. Dear, time flies. I'm slowly realizing that if I'm gonna finish anything, I gotta work a little on it each day. So booyah. That is cool. And I usually keep a panel vaguely set to print size. Oh, the Kiki! This guy? The dog. I feel he doesn't quite flow, but you know, you see his position before. He's holding Cass. This is his foot. So he had his foot planted here. And then he's probably getting impacted here. And I kind of want to show him still as, you know, rabid. Rabid. Rabid? Frothing. Being a beast. So And since I'm not doing warm-ups today, I am also going to overwork my sketch to get a feel for it. There are so many characters. Oof. Yeah, rabbit, rabbit. Confusing it with rabies. Since I'm no martial arts expert, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what kind of jump this guy did, and I'm going to ignore it for the sake of finishing this page. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I get so quickly disoriented. There we go. Here we go. I love the bullseye. Is that a goldfish? Very good emote. Blue. Very nice. Now, since I know that there's a thick vest kind of thing here, it's kind of nice to address. I'm not too familiar with this shape of the character, which is why I'm sketching over it again. That's my headset falling off. Oh, I just realized, second thing, am I distracting you from your grown-up uh, obligations? Yes, I'm glad. It's just not engaging to be a grown-up. There's nothing to be ashamed for. It's just how it is. Oh, I see a lot of people where I question their brain activity. Got at least 10 to spare. Nice. Jackpot, even. Okay, flip this bad boy. It doesn't look good. Cool. Look, there's some, like a computer, there are some native processes that just steal some CPU and like, it needs to happen. You can't control it. If you shut it down, that turns really bad. We don't like that. Okay, where is this guy's hip? Arg. His hip is forcing with this leg. Oh, maybe his knee is going forward like this. Maybe not. I'm making this worse. I'm breaking his knees. Ah. You know, the sad thing is that I'm going to color this to be very dark. Hey, Grusart.jpg. Let's see it. We could try that. Nice. Yeah, well, I'm kind of lost on the pose of this guy anyway, so I might as well try it. Thank you. Meanwhile, this guy is turning quite handsome. I just don't know too much about his trinkets. He got small talisman things. But this design is very vague. I can't. Ooh. There's something about being eager to start a project and wanting to jump right in without doing concept art that gets me every time. Like, every time. At the same time, I don't want to draw the proper thing without having a reference. But maybe I'm just allergic to reference drawing. Concept art is the friends we made along the way. Yeah. Sounds about right. Here we go. Kind of keep struggling to make the leg here feel like a part of the character, but does also seem a little bit better right now. So maybe it's just not all bad. It's good. Aww. Good old conceptart.org. That's some proper Dragon Stink lore right there. Cute though. Okay, I'll probably be inking this guy first. Then I'll try to solve the other guy. I'm kind of a messy inker or comic person since I I can't really finish a sketch. It gets so messy. I want to sketch a thing, ink it, and then sketch the next thing. So I know the general position of things, but I don't really know how they look until I've inked enough stuff to start sketching it properly. Alright. Okay, there is some lack of tension in these toes. Oh. He's playing. Alright. Looking good. I'll maybe give him some inks. That's another thing. I try not to be afraid of redoing work. I'm like allergic of redoing work most of the time. Think before you think, then drink. Yep. Let's ink this bad boy. It's actually a good guy. Oh, and in my refined sketch, I forgot his goat beard. This will barely be visible in print. This is why I have the upper canvas open so I can see. Like, are my details worth it? No, they're not. Draw bigger. Detail less. There we go. Ooh, I usually I say, as if I do this a lot of the time, there will be more more comic work streams from me, I'm sure. And for those, possibly, if I can get a good routine on it, anytime I finish inking a page, I will be flattening it right away. Just to avoid having to deal with the flattening stage ever. Like, at least anytime when it's about finalizing things, it's like, oh, I want to fix the page, but I need flats first. But that's not real work. It is real work, but it's not engaging work. Oh. More details all the time? Yes, that's exactly my words. That's what I was saying. You got it. You got me. You got it. It feels so weird to be drawing 4 fingers in addition to the thumb when I usually draw a universe where they have 4 total. How do we even make space for 4? I don't get it. Mutant. Yep. We're all mutants here. These darn ancient mutants. Do I want that to be hatched? Yep. Oh. Oh yeah, true. Blair's trying to get into the industry with things and such. Cool stuff. Salad Fingers territory. I'm so glad I have never seen that. Like, everything everyone ever said about that was how it's so unsettling and creepy. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I agree. However, this guy is kinda, yeah, comparing the two. Yikes. Yeah, Strike Instinct. Do you have any pointers for Blue? He wants to do things. Also, just wait, Blue. One of these days, I'm going to get a computer set up so I can do noob Blender streaming. I so want to do it. I've had one stream before where I was even less uh, oriented in the program, and I had people just seeing me suffer trying to do stuff I didn't know how. And it became a thing that I 3D printed and painted, which is cool. But now I can do even more playing around. It would be awesome. But I'm more into the goofy slapstick of things being kind of wonky in a not elegant way, or not necessarily elegant way, I guess. I suppose there still would be forums or something around for bonding with people or getting to know industry people. But I'm not sure um, how easy it is to get to know people. I mean, lots of people in this industry are just people too. Don't they also have uh like a blue sky or something? Following them, maybe some tips will drop, maybe not. Not everybody is into giving tips. Yeah, Blue, I hope you find out something. Are you like trying to get into that area from scratch? Like, do you have any sort of wait, you did talk about going to school and saying that school does gives you so much, really. Didn't that school do anything about like getting into the industry? Anything? No. Those Americans. I mean, me having shared offices with a small scale studio is like, yeah, I kind of see the frugal way of how people operate. I very much guess that it's super different uh, in like AAA studios. And depending on the scale you're going for, uh, ooh, we're going green, people. Depending on the scale you're going for, I guess this thing is just going to do stuff for a while. Um, Depending on the scale, uh, some specialization could be wise, I guess. At small scale, being good at a little of everything is good. It's very cool that you're motivated to do that kind of studying, though. I like seeing that. Oh, there. What am I doing? Is that his hip? That is no. His thigh. His thigh. And then the legs of the shorts are just. This will be a secret between you and me. No one else have to know. I always say that if it bothers me enough, I'll fix it later. That is usually true. It's a way to cope. I can only imagine that working in a concept art team could be cool. I'm kind of too afraid to hope that it would be cool. I am lucky enough to have been doing branding and art for a very small company, which just means that my stuff gets visible, which is cool in its own way, unless you're shy about it. But I feel that it's a lot better for how I like it to be. I know someone who said she was an intern at a company, a games company, and all she did was painting rocks. like making concepts for various sorts of rocks, and she was so tired by the end of it that she would never touch that stuff again. So it really depends. But it's probably a good experience. Hey, winged guy! Nice! And as long as you keep it secret, I will keep it secret. That this lake here would have reached all the way down there. In reality. Whoa there. Stick instinct? Mind your essays. I'm just jesting. Thanks for coming to TED. Yeah. Very good. Great. Thank you for sharing. This has been really enjoyable. Let me see. Let me look at that red line of yours. Let me also try to grab my phone stand without touching the cable that makes the image disappear. There we go. Right, so I got a red line from Chicken Stain saying that kind of that drawing, but kind of. Oh, we're having some. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We're having more edits here. So. Ooh, I gotta copy this. Okay. Not created. Okay. Gotcha. But then also. This. Okay, I didn't realize you just did this sort of transform on it. Oh, busy friends. That sucks. Okay, they're super busy. But can you tell me this? Are they happy? Are they enjoying work? Here we go. Okay, wait. This one. The other one, not so much. Ah. Well, if one is happy and one is not, that's good knowledge, though. You can look at the differences and see, like, oh, yeah, okay, see what's happening. Cool. So this is me trying to monkey after the thing I got from Strike Instinct. I'm not sure if I'm making it work. Could be it's not doing the thing. Or I'm just not Doing the dogs justice today. Spine goes, ooh. Yep. I feel like I learned a lot from the drawing comics the Marvel way, which is hilarious because I hate the drawings. But they do have nice principles. Actually, that's one of the books that had me understand a bit more about perspective. They have a cool tip in there with how to draw perspective, like a square grid in perspective. Very nice. Funny book. And also just like some of the knowledge with just a grain of salt and something else because it's just so bad. I I'm not big into superheroes, so uh, some of it just gets too silly. Way too silly. Liking their art? Oh yeah. Actually, going around and just commenting randomly on people's posts and stuff, not just likes, but also comments. Uh, Back in the old DeviantArt days, that was a cool way to get noticed by other people. Didn't matter if I was commenting on like huge people or just casual artist people, but it was a way to get noticed. Superhero stuff can be fun in small doses. Ah, well. So, funny story. We're having a long-term project. My boyfriend and I. We are uh, viewing each of the animated Disney movies, including their sequels, in order, among some other things. But uh, I'm not sure if it's a sort of revenge thought or something, but my boyfriend keeps threatening me that we are going through the whole MCU once we're done with the Disney list. I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, DeviantArt was good vibes. It was great. I followed someone who would always complain about the front page, and I was like, I never see this because my DeviantArt bookmark goes straight to my page. Yeah, you get seen by seeing other people, basically. It's very cool. Yeah, I am demolishing this. Ugh, I can't. It's so hard. Save your progress. Ribcage. Hips. Legs as they are. I hate to be struggling on stream, but you know, it's kind of honest anyway. It doesn't matter. I One time I popped into somebody else's art stream. Somebody streaming live on Picarto, and I saw music. I saw like this sort of close up on an arm or something, and it was barely any movement going on. Very slow tracing of some art. And by the end of the stream, nothing was done. It looked like. So this is this is not so bad. guess this works as a nice demonstration of not really knowing what to do, so I'll just draw a mobile until it becomes something. Shoulder. I don't usually have to draw the shoulder, but I need to be less confused. Yeah, second things, you're spitting truth. People are loving, like, when you give genuine comments about their art. For a good reason, because we are in, like hell, where even likes don't really mean anything unless from someone big or many. And that drug shit is just not worth it. Like, what does it mean? Where does it get you? Doesn't give doesn't get you much. Doesn't get you anywhere. Hey guys, did you also move this guy? Yeah, you did. No, you didn't. You didn't. What? I mean, might be some people are just around to show off their art. Some people are there to consume art. Many people are there to lurk. Just to view. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense, Blue. I love hanging around people who inspire me. For the exact same reason, just consuming information. And like not being afraid to ask, like, but how does this work? Or like, what are the technicalities about this and that? It's very cool. Sadly, it's like in Norway, it's not so many people. People are usually happy to talk, but it's not like contacting anyone to talk shop about stuff like asking for industry advice is common. Doesn't seem very common. That emote is so wacky. Unless I hover over it, I just see a very shocked face. It's very cute though. Love it. I think I'm too distracted for figuring out this guy. He's just way too hard. And I can't quite grasp how. Oh, now I see. The transformation happened and just erased some of the tree. Now I'm not confused anymore. Awesome. Yeah. Advice is individual. I was sneaking by your stream, Blue, the other day where you were talking about school and giving, like, school does this much, but it's not like school just automatically makes you better. Which is a very diplomatic uh, way to say, like, how I would have said would be like, nah, school doesn't really teach you anything, it just gives you time to study. And having gone to a specific school doesn't mean you're good at it. Which is so conflicting to me. I just don't understand schools and like them bragging about certain people having gone there. In my case, I went to a school that is probably the best in Norway. But I was so unimpressed of just the chaos there, and they would brag about cool people who are making cool stuff out there, and I'm like, yeah, that's them. That's not on you. That was them. They had the drive to do the thing, and you are trying to brag about it being because of you. I don't buy that. But school's a match. Right. Exactly words. That was a good sentence, wasn't it? No. Exactly. Good words, Blue. Like I realized that my education didn't really teach in a sense, but it did give me time. Time that I appreciate, but I could also have managed on my own. But yeah, for school, it's fine. I don't regret going to any school. I do have friends still. It's a good way to finally get some real friends too, where you have the actual overlap in interests and stuff. Or at least that was the case for me. Finding people with common interests? Whoa, no way. I uh, I'm not even managing to get this guy in the proper position. I I like the direction of the spine in the red line I received. Anything achieved in life has been despite of education, yeah. You need to go to school, you need a degree, otherwise no one will hire you. Yeah. Hmm. Is this some go to school propaganda scheme? I'm not serious, but schools are desperate. Don't stop going to school. YouTube isn't good enough. I learned so much from YouTube. Explosion of corruption. Yeah, about that. Is there anything I can look at as a break? There are backgrounds, but there are background people. I can't start flattening this. Well, I kinda can. I shouldn't. Very much propaganda. Yeah, just there. No distractions. Oh, but but dang, it's almost 7. I think I'm going to do the bold thing of just trying to ink it. I can't make it work. I'll just ink it. Like I said before, if it bothers me enough, I'll fix it later. I got too much comic unfinished to like leave this untouched. How nice it would be to call it done. Yo, that's the story of my comic. uh, it's cool though. I am enjoying myself. We've been talking about motivations and like feeling fulfilled after having done a project. And for me, this comic project here, this is the beginning of book 2 of my comic. The comic that was first published 3 years ago in 2022. Now that the publisher has said that, nah, it's too long since last time, like the last book, and it was kind of expensive to print and all that, so we don't want to print your second book. I'm like, oh, well, guess I gotta find someone else. Also, guess I shouldn't be waiting up for a response for feedback from you guys, because all they've done has been leaving me hanging, and that stuff does not feel good. Also, we went through before that being professional about not throwing people on the bus. I'm not that professional. Not nearly professional enough. Professional as in paid. I've done poor choices and maybe too patient choices. Taking bullshit when just to see how it plays out instead of being like, no, I'm done. I'm going somewhere else. Oof, paid, yeah. Yeah, that book didn't earn money. But it's fine. I think it's a mix that the publisher tried to be sporty about things they weren't really good at or comfortable with, and I tried to be sporty doing stuff out of my comfort zone and just ended in total burnout, fire, dumpsters. It's terrible. But I feel good now, and working on this is actually kind of unreal. But having discovered a new way to work with the comic script has been the total game changer in being able to even touch the project. As you know, I needed some rewriting to the script. I didn't have people to discuss with, no editors, but I was also so butthurt from the publisher being bad at doing their job, but I didn't feel like collaborating with them. So it has just taken a huge amount of time, plus the whole project being totally unwieldy. Getting paid takes hard work, not on OnlyFans. It shouldn't be too hard work though. People get paid for way less. Maybe not in America, but like for reasonable wages in Norway, you don't really have to uh, work that hard. Oh, you guys. Also, I'm gold fishing. What are we talking about? Fishing for gold? I'm just rambling. Sorry, guys. I'm terrible at complaining, and I notice people are so good at being wholesome, praising their colleagues and everything, and I'm like, shit doesn't get done. Why is nobody doing their job? I could work at a store and be good at it instead of you, lazy piece of uninspired. Why are you here? For the record, I am like, I haven't had an official job before like my 30s. Like, I mean, okay, you got the freelance thing, and that's how I've been surviving, but I didn't really have a job. I wasn't really hired for anything uh, until now, my 30s. Oh, yeah, the marketing skills. Or apply for job skills. Skills I very much lack. But I think after having a proper, actually a very healthy and forgiving job, I think maybe I should be able to land a job if I applied for it. Which is crazy. Like, getting the chance getting the chance to show what you're good for without having first to convince people socially, that is just impossible. I can't imagine how many people would just be living unhappy about existing in their lives if they just got the chance to prove that they can do something. Because I know so many people, they're frustrated because they can't land a job. They're good people. They just suck at convincing people on paper skills. Same as I love sharing knowledge about Clip Studio Paint and stuff. What can I use that for? I'm good at Clip Studio Paint. Woohoo! Yeah, the bragging is not quite my thing. Oh no, I've been avoiding the hard part. Hey, look, Blue, look, there's a sword. What's next on your Blender schedule? What will you make next after the sword? Wait, what is this connected to? Guy, my reference, you're covering the mechanics. I can't see. Okay, Okay, the dark brown part is totally the thing that it hangs from. Like so. Can't believe I'm doing this partial concept art thing where I make a doodle and it's half right. And so I just have to remember some parts. You have no idea? Learning Blender, ZBrush, jobs. Alright. But, alright. I was thinking the other day, the whole using Blender in the industry mode, it doesn't really make. Okay, I'm speaking as a noob, because I'm no Blender expert, but doesn't that only make the shortcuts match vaguely what the industry does? However, Blender does also solve things in its own way, meaning that it would be good to know basic Blender first. I'm thinking more about this than I should. Also, because I don't want to interrupt your teaching, learning thingies. I don't want to disturb your curriculum, I guess. Only because figuring out the Blender as a program, it takes so much Googling to figure out things. But if you run into trouble with that compatibility mode on, it gets so hard to troubleshoot because all the tips, all the answers will be mapped to the vanilla Blender stuff. Yeah, it works. Well, it's really cool of KB to be helping you. I'm just also very entertained by how he keeps going. Like, I hate Blender. Why does it do this? Why is it doing that? How? Help! Because I'm like, yeah, because it's not Maya, dude. Yeah, funny guy. Seems like you two are having fun too, so that's very entertaining. Oh, good thinking, Strike Instinct. Cool. What did you do at Disney? Rather Google on how to make it work with CSP. Yeah. Thankfully in Clip Studio every window has a name. So it isn't that bad to navigate unless you still don't know that every window has a name. So yeah. Safe to stand within the default workspace until you feel comfortable about dragging stuff around. I have a friend, she was freaking out about moving over to Clip Studio. Jungle Cruise Skippers. Cool. Causing an experience. That sounds awesome. However, maybe awesome to say that you have done, maybe not as awesome to work with. I don't know. I've heard terrible things about at least working at Disneyland Paris. In Paris. Yeah, no, it looks good on the CV because the normies don't know what's up. I actually hate that too. How? Alright, so for my end, my experience, cool, I got a book printed. As it should, I'm good enough, I'm qualified, this is good shit. Print my book. Of course you should have my printed book. Then everybody doesn't know about the industry being like, wow, you got a book. That's sick. That's cool. I could never. Like, people are so impressed by having published a book. And I'm like, what year is it? what what millennia are you living in? I don't say that. Anybody watching the VOD, don't say that I said that. But it's very much like my feeling is that yeah, it's no big deal. And everybody else is like, oh wow, it's such a big deal. Wow, you worked at Disney? What a big deal. That's cool. I had a flatmate once that had worked like at the restaurants in Disneyland. She said it was awful. The actresses that had to be princesses and stuff were just broke into tears daily because of these rich people coming in, arguing and yelling that their daughter should have the perfect birthday or whatever. It's just, oh dear. Yeah, zombies. Not your neighborhood rabid zombies, no. Yeah, I will actually find a piece of paper in a book and make note of that. Because I too am like, yeah, we should have that coffee sometime. We don't get to have that coffee. What did you say? Was it Tuesday, Thursday? One of those from 10? Vitality impaired individuals. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I noted down in a small book I never looked into that we should be having a collaboration stream of shorts of shorts. Welcome to the holiday season. Chris, what is it quaking? Wow. Congrats on surviving. Oh dear. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening? Yeah, this guy doesn't look right. I will make myself a note. How common are earthquakes? More common here than I'm sure. There we go. Fixed later. There's still background stuff to do. Every year they're shuffling. Alright, I just want to do a very small thing. I want to do a partial flat. Whoops, that's a vector layer. What are the partial flats? Because I love showing off the strat. How will that crop? Oh yeah, that guy is kissing the frame. Yep, yep. I may regret. I may not regret trying to do things. Let's see. The effects layer. Oh. Why though? Oh well. Hello, Yoshi on YouTube. I am drawing comics. Oh, I should also turn off this layer for gore. There we go. To anyone getting their eyes burned out, sorry. This is the ugly stage. Maybe also why I kind of want to do flats right away. Just to avoid having to do this, because it's not very engaging work. I just have to give things an ugly color, and after that I can start about making it pretty. You'd never experienced an earthquake? There was one the other year in Norway that was like the building just slightly jiggled. Like the building moved. Me and my colleague looking at each other being like, what was that? Nothing big, just a friendly little shuffle. And later on the news we saw that, oh yeah, it had been a very small earthquake. in Norway, which isn't very common. Excuse me, what are my gap closings? It's not closing the gaps, man. And I want those gaps closed. Yeah, okay, I want also the green, like background, floor, whatever. It's the same. There we go. Oh, unrelated. Hey, okay, maybe related. Would it be interesting? Would you guys think it would be interesting to watch me do needle felting on stream? Because I did needle felting yesterday. I felted a bird. And it was kind of fun. Kind of okay. I did have entertainment though, so it was fairly engaging. But you could see me hold a piece of wool and stabbing it into shape. Yes. Anything arts and crafty? Alright, I will consider. Because I have wool, I have tools, and I haven't really used it for a couple of years until just super spontaneously yesterday. It's like, oh, cool. I felted something. Look, Ma, I was creative. Okay, this is not the guy, but I'm just giving him the colors. For flattening purposes. Not sure if I want this to be different. One whole creative on a Sunday? Yeah, it's Monday. But I am very much having a Sunday. That's what happens when the boyfriend takes off for his holiday. Come on, give me that. Give me that nose color. There we go. You met yesterday? Yes, you did. Of course you did. I knew that. Of course I knew what I meant. It's not like I'm stupid. Or slow. I just love how you in Clip Studio, you can just drag along collars, like you get the paint bucket, and then you can just drag over to the areas you want. It's so cool, man. Queechy on Twitch. Ooh, maybe that's worth checking out. I know so little people online. But I haven't been much of a Twitch user before either. Like the single streamer I've been watching has been CFG, the speedrunner. And I just watch a lot of Zelda content from that guy. And that is my single interaction with Twitch. Or has been for a long time. Now recently I've been starting to follow more people. And I notice what kind of a distraction that is. I wish I could pay attention to more things at once. I cannot. So I am curious to be selective about when I can check out what people are doing. Because I love to see it. It's just a lot of the time not really the time. Time to move away. Yeah, alright. Thank you. I'll be leaving soon too. I'm just filling in this and then I'll be leaving. So have a good one, please. Good timing, speaking of distraction and all. Like, it is rough. I want to give people attention, and I notice I do not have too much of it to spare. Especially in this age when uh, getting time for yourself and not spending too much time on social media and all that stuff, it's kind of challenging. Now, this guy is not a good reference to color pick from, mainly because he has very much gradients and stuff. It's kind of hard to take from. Woo-hoo-hoo. For this flatting stage, though, kind of just cool with using the wrong color and fixing it later. Oh, thank you, Blue. Happy you like him. I suppose a lot of the style comes from a love for French Belgian comics, like Asterix. At the same time, being kind of a thing that has just evolved over time. But yeah, okay, it comes from how I am kind of lazy and not as disciplined as so many of those very cool artists out there in the wild jungle of the internet. You have people who are so skilled, so efficient, so great at rendering stuff, and it's really cool. And I'm slowly realizing that I could never, because I love being sloppy. If I try to do that stuff, I get so worn down. It's kind of sad. I can do a very challenging thing like once, and then I've done it, and I don't need to repeat it. So, big credit to those who can really just keep on creating. So cool. Right. You do notice that all the colors here are super wrong. because they are just placeholder. Okay. Maybe I will even be lazy and do just the this single panel and call it a day. I think I will. It may not be worth super much for my own part, but it's fine. I'm having fun. No, where's the kiddo? Here. Scared kid. Look, I forgot to add the stripe. Well, whatever. There it is. Not everything needs line art. Here we go. Is this? I'm actually not sure what part of the dress that is. Why did the previous, why did me of the past allow this to happen? Rhetorical question, do not answer. Here we go. Wait. Oh, that is a black, actually. Cool. Like this reference is not ideal for color picking either. So, alright, this. Whoa, wrong. I'm kind of new to figuring out what I want to do with the backgrounds. Because this flattening stage seems a bit tedious, and if there's a lot of detail, I would get stuck very quickly. Like with just filling in every nook and cranny. And since it's going to be a lot of nature in this book, I'm going to try being like separating things into bigger shapes. So you have the tree and you have all the green here, which is just, yeah, it'll work out in the end. Now if I just make a selection of those inks and delete that from my colors, this will ruin this other part, but I don't care. I just want to show off. Hit my button. Boom! We have flats. Now I can just go in with the here, select it, and do some color fixing. Like, woo. I never grow tired of that part. It's just tedious to fill it in. But I guess that's one of the workflow things I'm kind of proud of. That I figured out, which is purely cosmetic. It's nothing super useful. But I like having things selected. Like, for example, you have a lot of details on the line art here. When I select color, I want the color to be selected and not see all the answer on all the line art, which would be the case if I, like, it would basically be this. I get so distracted. I can't have it. Can't have it. I demand order. So for what did I do? Save. Yeah, it's not this one, but And this page here, I've already been filling in some background. It's a bit too dark for the moment, but I'll be experimenting with painting parts of it. But it is separated in like parts that are easy to access, easy to separate, but not too detailed. So I'm curious to see how it'll work out. I've been sort of dreading getting started on that part forever, but I guess that's just part of being burnt out. Didn't do anything interesting on that one. Good. Away. Here's the whole comic project up to a point. So I realized I have like 100 pages of draft and nothing is finished. That kind of got me going. So I think I'll call it quits for today. I may not be finished with the inking yet, but I feel way better about this than what I started with. So, yeah, I'm happy. Happy with the effort, happy with everything. Also, happy with the company. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I said this. Don't save. Cool. Boop. All right. Jessica. Hi. Bye. Thank you for popping by. I just finished. So I'm gonna go. Thank you all for hanging around and being cool and fun to talk to. Thanks for listening to my jabber, blah blahs. Good luck, Blue, with all your things, with the projects and everything. I'm excited to hear what more you'll be up to. Oh, nice. Conveniently disappearing image. Nice. Guys. Bye.